Hello there, lovely people. So, another message from the Queen, and since we're doing this week of Queen-like messages, the Queen of Pentacles, one of the stories about this Queen is she looks a little bit melancholy or a little bit down. She's got her head looking down. Yes, she's looking very caringly, lovingly, nurturingly towards this pentacle, which is that her body, the material world that she looks after, and all of her environment that she cares for a lot. And she's that part of us that cares for all of the physical materiality in this 3D world we're living in. And yet there's another message to this way she holds it, this caring nature. And there's another aspect of this Queen that she asks for us to tap into, and that's asking for us to see how this material world, and if you have a look at the colors are kind of reds and browns, and they're very autumnal in nature. And right now, and I'm making this video, we're in October, and so the cycle of death is coming in. The leaves are starting to brown and fall off the trees, and things are starting to get colder in the northern hemisphere, and things are starting to get a little bit more death-like. Things are starting to go into that dying cycle. And so she represents this grief that we can, or this grieving that we can feel, that we can tap into, that we can tune into, that's really important. When we think about our connection to the physical world, everything is transitional. Everything is very temporary in this material world. Nothing lasts forever. Everything's got a cycle to it. It's born and then it dies, including ourselves, including our family, including those around us, including the people that we really care for. They will move on. They will separate from us. There will be a cycle where we have to end our relationship in one way and give birth to a new type of relationship with everybody and everything around us. And this dying cycle, or this ending of a cycle in this material world, and this reminder that the physical world is so temporary, asks us to step into that feeling of what it means to lose something and what it means to grieve the loss of something. Because she's holding this pentacle as if it was a child, knowing, oh, there's one day when I'm going to have to let go of this child. There's one day when I'm going to have to say farewell to this child in more ways than one. And this is my child, and I've got to let it go so that it can, grow up and be an adult and be its own person. But there's a sorrow in that. There's a grieving in that. And this Queen asks us to not necessarily big that up in any way, but to give importance to the grief and to give importance to the feeling of loss and the letting go, and how this material world is always going to be a transitory world where nothing lasts forever. Everything is going to have this dying cycle that we have to embrace, and we have to get used to, and we have to even love, and we have to even nurture as well. Maybe that's a great message, so that we can have a more healthy and wonderful relationship with this coming into the death cycle of our lives, whenever that might be, when we're moving through a daily death or a monthly death, or a period of 7 years, when something inside of our lives wants to move on. We have to let go. This Queen isn't the best at letting go, but she is the best at caring about the process, and so we also need to reflect that with the love that we feel towards other people. We can love people enough to let them go. We can love the world enough to stop holding on to it and trying to control it, and just release that dynamic. Have a wonderful day.